What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you 3 exercises that will put you on the path to fast, clean articulation. Are you having trouble playing fast, articulated passages? Are you maybe not sure exactly how this should sound? No problem. And don't forget to stick around for this week's mystery tune. I'm also excited to announce that I'm offering limited private lesson slots over Zoom or Skype from anywhere in the world. The most common problem with articulation is using too much pressure or too far back on the tongue. This can sound a little rough and also limit your speed when it comes to playing fast passages like this one. So this first exercise is all about correcting tongue placement. We want to use almost the very tip of the tongue to touch the very tip of the reed as lightly as possible while still stopping the vibrations. The tip of the tongue rests behind the bottom teeth while we're playing and then moves upward to touch the reed, not a forward and backward motion like you're stabbing. When we move too much of the tongue or move the tongue forward and backward, we actually move the back of the throat where the tongue is connected, which can change our voicing and thereby change our sound. It should feel just like we're saying ta, 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 except instead of touching the roof of our mouth, we're just touching the tip of the reed. So I want you to try this. Lightly scratch the tip of your tongue across your top teeth so that you can feel that spot. Now start playing a long tone, and while maintaining the air pressure, very slowly move the tip of your tongue up to touch the reed, and see if you can touch it so lightly that the air still keeps moving, but the reed is no longer vibrating. Now I want you to figure out just how little extra pressure you can use to actually stop the air and the reed vibrations without adding any extra noises. Once you get a feel for this, we're going to play long tones separated by rests. Before I go on, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss part 2, which will cover bebop articulation and ghosting. So legato articulation is essentially taking the rest out of this pattern and lightly touching the reed in between notes to create the articulation. And staccato is the opposite. Staccato literally translates to detached. Importantly, air pressure is constant between the notes, but the tip of the tongue acts like a closed valve, only letting out short tones. Then there's also what I call open staccato, which might be used in a slower passage where the really short sound is not necessarily appropriate. This is done by starting the note with the tongue and releasing the air immediately to create a more open release. Now that we're tonguing properly, how do we get faster? I highly recommend the daily exercises by Close. These have a great variety of articulation, which we can start learning really slowly, and then as we get more precise, move the tempo up. Another great drill is to practice both legato and staccato articulations on quarter notes, moving up through eighth notes, triplets, 16th notes, starting very slowly and then moving the tempo up to about 120 beats per minute or faster. And don't forget that a firm embouchure and strong air support are absolutely crucial to good articulation. The air stream is what allows the tongue to sort of bounce off the reed, kind of like when a drummer plays a double or triple stroke on the snare drum. So we end up with, instead of a ta, a ta-ta, ta-ta. And when we put those together, we can get very, very fast 16th notes and 32nd note passages. And let me know what topic you'd like to see covered in my next video, and comment below with your guess for today's mystery tune. I also put a link in the description with a PDF with some of these exercises, as well as a link to Close on IMSLP. Because it's so old, it's in the public domain, and you can download this legally for free. And if you're finding my content helpful, please consider supporting my Patreon for a shout out in the video and early access to all of my future videos. Once again, please like and subscribe, And check out this playlist if you'd like to see more saxophone content.